Welcome to the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Lolita Guarin. My hair is a mess. So today's episode 145. And, this week I'm answering questions how to manage your work and work-life balance and not be burnout, stressed out at the end of the day. So the question I got is a great question. How to manage all of this work-life balance when you have way too much to do in your workplace. Let's say most of the time, you're managing your stress is okay, but then you suddenly have so much work. Like, for example, an accountant who keeps up the books and now is the tax season. So, first of all, a lot of times we can predict when there will be a lot of work. So then you prepare ahead. You know that this is the time when you have all of that work, all that stress, and you will not be able to take your 1 minute breaks and all of this. So you prepare ahead. That also works for those who, let's say, don't have expectations. They have no idea what's going to happen. Like, for example, somebody, working in the medical field. They have no idea how many patients will walk in through this door today. Maybe nobody, maybe everybody. So you prepare ahead by planning those breaks. But also, if you have a break now, I mean, not a break, but slow down, and you don't know what's the rest of your day going to look like, take your break now, even if you don't feel like doing it. It's kind of like imagine you're on a long trip and you're sitting in the car and somebody says, hey, we're going to do a restroom stop and everybody wants to go, and you think to yourself, it's okay, I don't have to go, I can wait longer. But this is where you need to ask, when is the next stop? Because if this is in 6 hours, maybe you need to use the restroom now. Basically what I'm saying, prepare ahead, take breaks anytime you can to reserve your energy, to make sure that if something happens at the end of a day, you will be able and capable to actually perform it well. And if you are an accountant who has a tax season, you already know what's going to happen. So you're preparing a lot of things ahead of a game. You already putting the schedules that you already know you will handle it. Also, let's say you work somewhere that there's no way for you to know. You just started work. You have no idea, no matter it is. You always need to ask for help. Always. Because if you're going to just kind of weather through it and you're like, yes, it's okay, I'm going to work overtime, I'm going to work nights, you know what's going to happen? Next time you have lots of work, people will just expect you to handle it. And then they will be like, well, you didn't say anything last time. We assume you were fine with that. So it's on you. If you are afraid to ask for help, set boundaries, take your breaks, feeling ashamed of that, feeling guilty, then you need to listen to previous episodes while I really was touching base on that. Preparing yourself ahead also will give you the peace of mind that has to do with worry about the future. Many times we're stressed about something immanageable, immanageable, that you can imagine that something will happen in the future, but they may not. So how is that you handle that worry and stress that comes to, well, with the future that you don't know? You prepare ahead. So right now, if you are working in the environment where you think, I don't even know what's tomorrow going to look like. So to help you stay focused, you have to work on two things. Number one, you write it down what you will do if the worst thing that can happen will happen. Like, let's say one of your coworkers left and now you need to do everything and it's a deadline. What you're going to do? Setting priorities is a very good idea. Knowing what you need to do right away definitely can help. Also, you need to learn how to delegate. You need to learn how to ask for help. all of this I already covered in episodes before, so you're welcome to go back and listen in. But the key is, do you want to do all those things? And that's a different issue. Asking yourself why I don't want to take care of myself, why I will just sacrifice myself for the better good. Because I tell you this, if you are just an employee and working for somebody else, you can give your life away for that company and work many, many years. And then something happens with that company, a owner changes or something else, they just let you go, just like that, because you're just a number. And I do know there are plenty of small companies who they care of, for these employees a lot. And I know quite a few owners of those companies. But sometimes unexpected happens. Like, for example, it happened to one of my clients. Her husband was a very successful dentist and he had amazing practice. He was in his 50s. The family was doing great, the business was doing great. People loved working for him. People loved coming for help. And then he died from the heart attack because he was always overworking, burnout, stressed out, not taking care of his own health. And then all this practice, all those employees that were working there, they have to go because they sold the company to somebody else. So those things do happen, but it's all about you, how you're going to handle that. Are you ready to handle that? Prepare for the worst. This is your time right now to really evaluate what's your work-life balance look like and, talk about what will happen, the worst thing that can happen to the workplace that you live. We work. And maybe this is a good conversation with your team and start saying, okay, guys, can we have like an emergency plan, hurricane preparedness week? And just kind of start to foreseeing things ahead and preparing ahead. So then when actually those things happen, hopefully they never will. But if they do, then you know how to manage this. And don't forget to pencil in the breaks, the vacations, the self-care for yourself and employees and other coworkers and your team members to make sure that you're handling your stress levels, maintaining your energy levels so you're productive and actually perform well until this big thing will pass and then you kind of go back into your normal. And if you need help with your workplace, or you would like to invite a stress management expert who can help you to manage stress in the workplace, I'll be happy to come and speak for you guys. So you're welcome to find out all of this information when you go to my website, beamazingyou.com. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'll be very happy to keep you with all the information that you know about how to manage stress. And if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for visiting. I am very happy you stopped by and hope you will return. Well, tomorrow I'll be taking probably one more question before we start new week. And please leave me a comment below and ask me any questions that you would like to know about stress management. I'll be happy to answer.